Yeah, this is no joke. We currently we're having the very biggest sport analyst in our studio, and this is the number one sport analyst in Nigeria, and the very number one sport analyst even in Africa is compared to none at all, and is will becoming the very biggest sport analyst in the whole world, and this is the person of Kombo. Kombo, we are very happy to have you on the show. I personally, I am super happy to have you on my show. Among the reason is that your story is very interesting, and then your story is also very inspiring. For one of the reasons that you've proven over the years that enough is never enough. You've shown courage, and you are ready to take all possible calculated risk, and you've also shown great tenacity, and you have this ambitious, audacious dream. Now, Kombo, let's start from your name. How come about the name Kombo? What is Kombo?
All right. Thank you. You're far too kind. The introduction is massive. um, Thank you so much. I'm humbled to be here and to be part of your podcast. I've seen some of your interviews with other, people where you have interviewed them, you've had conversations with them. So when you told me about this interview, I said, fine and good. I should have this interview with you. So the name Kombo, it's funny, but it came when I was in uni. So I used to play video games a lot, in uni. So anytime I score a goal, if I'm playing a game, anytime I score a goal, I always shout, Kombo there, So and gradually, it became something I always say. I always say it, I always shout it. Whenever I score a goal, Kombo there. So like that, people started calling me Kombo because as I started playing games from one room to another, I went to a university where we stayed in a hostel. All the boys stayed together, so we had no job. The only thing we did was read our books and play video games. So we play from room to room. So the more I continue playing from one room to another, the name continued to get popular and popular. And even it got to a point where, my classmates, some of my lecturers, practically knew me as Combo. No, my name became Combo in the entire school. So the name just stuck and it just followed me through, up till now. So I just stuck with the name and I think it suits me. It suits the line of work I'm doing, as somebody who likes to shout. I'm very passionate about my game. I'm very passionate about my team and the players I support. So whenever that name Combo, it sounds violent. So I just stuck with the name. And also my name being Kevin Obi. So Combo K Kevin Obi, so the all the alphabets are still there. So it just makes sense that I should just follow up with the name, and that's been a blessing.
Man, that's super fantastic, man. But the fact is that I'm not sure I've given you the type of introduction you truly deserve. I'm not really sure about that at all. Okay, so basically, a lot of persons have different. Should I call it misconception? Should I call it myth? Should I call it about combo, about who you are? Some person might feel you might be this arrogant person, you might be this, Now, describe who you really are in a very simple sentence. Who is Kombo?
Well, if I'm going to describe myself, I'll just say very, very hardworking. That's just me. I don't joke with my work. I don't joke with what I do. Right? If I'm going to describe myself, I just say I work like a crazy person. Like I'm having that interview with you right now, and I don't think I've slept because I had to watch football throughout the night. Wake up very early this morning so I can prepare to watch football now. Just finished watching the football match, and I'm now in an interview. So I'm constantly doing something. Like my brain is constantly active. So if I'm to describe myself by myself, I'll just say I'm somebody that is work oriented and I'm very, very passionate about whatever it is I'm doing. Anything I'm doing, I always give it my 100%. So I'm a very, very goal driven and a very, very hardworking person. That's how I describe myself.
I absolutely agree. For some of us who have been following your growth all along, will comfortably agree with you that you very passionate, you very hardworking. So sometimes I see you dropping video by 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. And sometimes I go to your comment section, people were like, Combo, you know they sleep, Combo, you know they sleep. I know that you are very, very passionate. You're very passionate about what you do, and that is really, really fantastic. Now, at what stage in your life do you really realize this your desire, this your drive for the game, for football, for analyzing football, watching football, that you have to sacrifice so much for it?
So one thing about life is you never can tell what you will be or where you will find yourself. But the journey of life, as you're growing up, you pick up habits along the line as you're growing up, and those habits that you pick up growing up form your life story. So growing up, as a young boy, I always used to watch my father, watch football. That was where my interest for football came from my father. Father was a strong Arsenal fan. He loved Arsenal to bits. So I followed him. I was like, what's the thing that's interesting my father like this? Why is it so interesting? So I picked up that interest in football. So growing up, football was like a home thing. And I also had friends, childhood friends, who were also passionate about the game, who were so passionate about the game. They had different clubs that they supported, and we were always arguing and arguing and arguing and arguing. We spend hours. Sometimes we will not eat. We wake up in the morning. We argue all through the period of time, and we argue from morning till like 2, 3, forgetting about food. So it was those things were what molded me to this point. So I've done so many things in my life. I've tried, so many areas of my life. I've done things that I'm not even supposed to do. I've driven boats. At some point in my life, I was a cab man. You understand? At some point in my life, I was a teacher. You know, managed school. I've done a lot. So I've done so much that at the end of the day, you just find out that all these other things you're doing, there's always something more. There's always something more you can do. There's always something more. And I've always been somebody that enjoy talking about football. I always enjoy arguments. I always enjoy talking. So when I stumbled upon TikTok and I saw, other people talking about football, I said, wow, I can also do this. I can also set up my camera and, you know, talk about football. And it's something I've been doing for a very long time. Let me just see how far it will go. I didn't think about it like it was something I was ever going to, you know, blow up like this. I just felt like let me just do it to pass time, just
Yeah.
like every other thing. But along the line, we started it started working, we started doing it, we started growing, people started enjoying it, people, started loving it. And, the more you grow, the more you learn, the more you continue to improve in it. And here we are today. So it's not something like I would say I planned to be here. It's just life pushing you in a particular direction and you just follow through.
Yeah, that's really, 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 really nice. I know that a lot of persons today who perhaps seen you today, they were like, maybe how did all this happen? How did all this happen? They really never knew. Just like you said, you drove boats, you taught in school, you managed this, you did a whole lot. Still, do that process in you still felt there's more. Enough is never enough. There's still more I can give. There's still more I can do. And here you are today. I'm very sure a lot of persons have no clue about this. They will just look at Kombo, how big you are, how globally recognized you are today. Like, how did he do this? Where did he come from? Who is he? I'm sure a lot of persons will get to really know who you are now. So, at what stage did you, when you started creating your content, putting them out there, at what stage do you really feel that, I think this is it for me. This is what I have to face. Because perhaps maybe when you were driving boat, maybe you were still teaching. Maybe when you were teaching, you were doing something else. When you were managing school, you were doing one thing. But I don't think you feel that every other thing have to go, and I have to face this. So at what stage in your account did you realize this?
Well, the truth is we always pander towards whatever it is that is feeding us. So we have anything that is you, feeding you like financially, you always pander towards it. You always, drive towards it. So when I started content creation, basically, initially I didn't go into it because of money. Because I had what I was doing that was, feeding me and taking care of my family. So I didn't really go into it because of I was looking for money. I went into it because I saw other people talking about football, and I felt I needed to talk about football too. But as we are growing, I began to see positive results in terms of there's an opportunity here to make a living from this, and anything that will enable you to make a living, right, you need to give it maximum attention. So as at the time when I abandoned every other thing I was doing to focus fully on content creation, right, I started seeing some results. I started seeing that there's a potential here for me to make a living out of this. So if I put in more effort, if I abandon everything and put in more effort, I can be able to maximize, the avenue, the platform. So that was for me the reason why I just decided to leave every other thing and focus fully on, football content creation, because it was actually putting money in my pocket. And that's the truth. Most people will come out and say, "Oh, passion." No, no, no. The truth about it matter is that passion does not feed anybody. No matter how passionate you are about anything, right? As long as you're not eating from there, or there's no hope that you can eat from there,
Yeah,
that passion will find a way to dwindle, right? Because what drives you is what feeds you. So basically, it's because I saw that there was a potential here for me to make a living, for me to live better as a human being from this platform. So I just said, okay, let me forget about that things and focus my energy here. If I put more energy here, I'm going to get results. And so far, so good. God has been faithful, in that
that's
aspect.
that's really super fantastic. Now let's look at you now watching football. Like, how do you meet up? Because I see you analyzing practically almost all the clubs, almost all the matches, almost, you know, how do you catch up? How do you meet up? And you are not saying these things as if you watch the highlights or as if you read it from the blog. You are saying these things with very in-depth knowledge. So sometimes it wow me. How is this guy? How is he watching all these games? Because I practically, I'm a Manchester United fan. So basically, if I'm watching football, I have the time. I'm watching only Manchester United. The rest, I just go online, watch highlights or do what you talk about it, and I'm fine. You are not the way you analyze the game. You don't seem as if that is what you do. That's the fact. So you watch these games. You just said you are awake so that you watch the Messi 2 a.m. You watch this one 3 a.m. How do you catch up with all these things, striking a balance with family life? And how do you do all this?
The truth about the matter is that it's quite a lot. That's the truth. I won't lie. It's quite a lot. Sometimes I watch. Now this is the off season. We're on break now. This is for me. This is break. But when the season starts, especially on weekends, some weekends I watch 4 5 matches back to back to back, and I have to talk about every single match. And sometimes I watch matches that I'm not even interested in, matches that do not really interest me, right?
Yeah.
But knowing fully well, when you consider something a job, you have to treat it as one. It's not a hobby. This is football right now for me. It's no longer, before it was a hobby, right? But now it's a job. So I have to treat it like a job. I have to treat it like I'm working for somebody and I'm being paid a salary for this. So the fact that I know that I have to talk about this, I have to talk about this, I have to take my time. I have to take my mind off every other thing, take my mind out of every other distraction and focus on my job, which is watching football and doing analysis and talking about the game and all that. But not all games. It's not every game that I watch in depth with total, attention. Experience lets you to understand that with experience, you know how a game flows. You know what if a team wins, you know that there are important aspects of the game that enable that team to win, right? So you focus on the important details. So whenever you're talking, whenever I do my analysis, I don't do my analysis like oh, I'm just talking about every single detail of the game. I pick out the important details of the game that maybe some people might have missed out on, and I focus on those areas and I talk about it. So it's not like I watch every game. The games that I watch, 90 minutes are limited, but I talk about almost every single thing.
Yeah.
But I can't. It's not possible. I can't watch every single match. But I know that if I want to go talk about this team, if I talk about this team, if I did not watch the game in full, I try as much as possible to go and look for the extended highlights, look for the intricate details of the game before I come out to talk about. Sometimes I don't even check. I don't even talk about. I don't even watch the extended highlights. I just know that okay, this team won. I coin my creativity around what this team have done, and I just make my videos around it. So it takes a lot. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. But as you are growing in the job, you continue to learn and you continue to improve. So that's basically it.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Thanks a lot. I'm sure a lot of persons do not really know the. That's why I say that your story is a very inspiring one. Now, have you ever put out a post out there and you are scared of the reaction? Like maybe you analyze the football, let's maybe when you started much earlier or anytime, you put out a post and you are scared of the reaction. How is this reaction going to be like?
You know, eh, this question is very, very important. And I think a lot of people are going to learn a lot from this our conversation. Content creation. I'm a content creator. I see sometimes people come out and say he's not a football analyst, he's a content creator. Yes, I am a content creator. And as a content creator, I'm here to get a reaction out of you. So the reason for me making a video is for me to get a reaction from you,
Mm.
right? If I'm making a video, I am not conscious of not getting a reaction from anybody. I am conscious of what do I say that will make people angry, or what do I say that will make people happy, or what do I say that will make people want to have a conversation with me. That is content creation. So trying to be safe, trying to play safe, or trying to not make mistake
Mm.
will not
Mm.
get you anywhere. That's the truth. So I'm me. I'm authentic. I'm natural. But I don't filter my content. I say it as it is. Whether you cry or insult me at the end of the day, fine and good. In fact, the more the insults, the better for me.
Fantastic.
So if I
And
make a
the
video and I'm not getting insulted in that video, I feel somehow. I feel like I've not done it well. I feel like this video is not okay. Like I didn't touch the people that I need to touch. You understand? I need to make a video. When I'm making a video, I want it to hit. You know when you're having an argument with your friend, right? And
yeah,
you want to you want to say something that will touch your friend so that you win the argument. That thing so that
yeah, yeah.
so that's the thing. That's the point. That's the point of content. And most people don't understand it. Most people try as much as possible to. They want to be safe. They want everybody to like them. I don't need everybody to like me. Just know that the fact that you know that I exist is enough for me. Whether you follow me or not, I'm not really interested in the whole world following me. But I'm interested in the whole world knowing who I am. I'm interested in the fact that when you hear the name Kombo, you know, okay, I know this guy. I'm not following him. It's either you know me and you hate me, or you know me and you like me. The fact that you know me is enough. So that's the important aspect of content. A lot of people mistake content creation for something else. You want to pretend, you want to be fake, you want everybody to like you. You start saying things that people will like. I know what people want to hear. Do you understand? I know what people want to hear. I know what I will say. That every time I make a video, people will clap for me. Oh, Kombo, you. But no, I don't need to say what will make you happy. I say what I feel like saying. Whether it makes you happy or it makes you sad, fine and good. Let the reaction be the reaction. Right? So I don't care about the reaction. Whether the reaction is good or the reaction is bad, it's all to my, growth on the platforms. So that's it.
Hmm. I think a part of the Nigeria they refer to as the Yorubas. Things like this, they will say, Orimitikbe, my head don't correct. A very serious note. I know that a lot of persons try to play safe. I
Yeah.
could actually count myself as people who play safe. I mean, especially when it comes to the internet space. Man, I'm not sure. That means a lot of time I tried doing this. I bought my instrument, bought this, bought mic, bought webcam, change my system to something bigger. And I said, guy, are you ready for this internet thing? Are you really ready? I must be very frank. Are you really ready? Because I watch your video. In fact, I spend time on your comment section. So I'll nod my head. Man, what is this? I don't think I'm ready for the internet space. What?
Thomas, here, there is good publicity, there is bad publicity, and there's terrible
Yeah.
publicity. What
Wow.
everybody should run away from is terrible publicity. Terrible
Yeah.
publicity is when they are dragging you that you stole money.
Yeah.
Terrible publicity is when they are dragging you because your nude got leaked. Terrible
Exactly.
publicity is when they are dragging you for the wrong reason. But bad publicity is, oh, I made a mistake, right? I made a mistake. Let's say I was supposed to say this bottle is black. I know that this bottle is black, but I now say this bottle is blue. It's a mistake. You drag me for this mistake. You drag me because I said this bottle is blue instead of saying it's black. The fact that you are dragging, that dragging that you are dragging me is helping me to push forward. You're not dragging me that I stole the bottle, or you're not dragging me that somebody said, I collected the bottle by force. You are dragging me that I just said the bottle is blue instead of saying the bottle is black. Fine and good. It's a good mistake, right? And it's bad publicity, but
Yeah.
it is bad in terms of, it's going to push you to a different dimension. So playing safe on social media, that means you're not ready. If you're coming to social media and you want to play safe, you're not ready. You're not
Yeah.
ready to you're not ready to be influential. You're not ready to do anything. You are just here to let everybody like you, and the people that will like you will be very few. That's the truth.
This is why you are number one, the champion. You know, this is why Kombo is number one, the champion. Man, you are really the Kombo man. Now, let me take your mind back a little. When I started watching you, I started watching you from, though I didn't really start TikTok that very early anyway, but I downloaded this at the point because of you I can be watching and just pass time. Most of time I watch video and it seems videos always reply to your videos. Most of the video like that's how some people will say this. Maybe I'm just coming back from your video and it's often a reply to your video. Just like a BDM and D1 other person's
Yeah.
BDM drop a post, other people will not go use video. How does that make you really feel good or not too nice? Or because most times always is a reply to your video, most of his videos, most of the time.
The truth is, in this our football space, right? Definitely, there's always that replying. Is always there. That's how the football. That's how it works. So, it's not really a bad. It's not like he's doing it maliciously. It's content creation, right? If he says something and I don't agree with it, I will also reply, right? So it's content creation. I say something, you try to correct me. You say something, I try to correct you, and all that. So it's just basically how it works. We try with arguments. I say something, you don't like it. You have to make a video to counter what I've said and all that. So it's normal. It's normal amongst us football content creators. We're always doing it, with one another. So it's normal. It's a normal thing.
That's
I don't see it as a big
yeah.
deal.
That's. I think this is also something new for me too. So you are saying right now that if I should create a content,
Yes.
perhaps maybe I made mistake XYZ, and somebody very close to me have to create a content on my content exposing my mistakes.
Yes.
Do you think that is fine?
Yes, it's fine. It's good. That's what I'm telling you. Good publicity.
Mm,
Yes,
that's
it's great.
fine.
Yes, it's good. See, um, when you need people, you need people to push you. That's life, right? So whether it's your friend, it's not your friend, whoever it is, you need people to push you. So when somebody says something and you are able to, somebody's able, if you say something and somebody else is able to react to what you have said, it's good. And everything that happens on social media, right, does not show reality. Sometimes people feel that, oh, because um you replied me, you don't like me. No, we might be best of friends, but you are replying me because that's how it's supposed to be, right? We're all in this business to see how we can scale up. So if replying me will help you scale up, or if me replying you will help me scale up, or if you replying me will help me scale up, whichever way, it's necessary. We do it. So I don't know about other people, but personally, I don't read any meaning into it. Whenever somebody replies my video, even if the person insults me, sincerely don't read too much meaning into it, because I understand that social media is not real life. Social media is just everybody is here trying to push themselves. Everybody's here for one reason or the other. So whether you say something good about me or you say something bad about me, it's fine. I understand that it's social media. Where I will take it serious is when you see me in person. They do not say the same thing. To me, like I met somebody one time when I went out. Um, he's a Ronaldo fan. So he met me and said he wants to take a picture with me. I said, but before he took the picture, he said, Kombo, you dey worry oh. I know they really like your content too, but he wants to take a picture with me. So you see, that guy now in the comment section, he might be saying, this Kombo na mumu, this Kombo no get sense. But he has now met me in real life. And now he wants to take a picture with me. It's just like me now. Any day I see Cristiano Ronaldo, any day that by God's grace, I see him, I will tear my shirt. But now, a lot of people feel like I don't like Ronaldo because I'm talking about him. No. Do you understand? Any day that I mistakenly see Ronaldo, I might tear my shirt. Do you understand? So that's
Yeah.
life. That's life. I'm talking about Ronaldo because I am a fan of Messi. So because I'm a fan of Messi, I have to defend Messi. And who am I supposed to defend Messi against? It's Ronaldo. So that's life. It's not like does not mean that I do not like Ronaldo. But people think that I don't like Ronaldo. So these are
I, I think so too, man. In fact, I'm actually going forward to ask you that question. I will still ask you that question anyway. Let's go ahead.
so that's basically it. Social media is not real life. That's just it. Social media is not
I
real life.
think it's a thing of emotional reaction, I guess. Because now let me also give you another instance. I know this football matter. I know you know him, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
I know when his followers was a bit few, you even promoted him. You make a
yeah.
video for him that is very good. People should follow him. Fantastic. I watched the video. I even went watch his videos too because you know the way this algorithm work. Because I'm always looking for watching sport analysts. TikTok always
You will see other
suggests
ones. Yeah.
suggest more and more for me. When you did that, about a month or so, he made a video. When I see you, damn, you that were promoting this ago, like the next one with a post. Honestly, personally, it didn't really sink well with me. I was like, man, this not nice. How can you be antagonizing somebody that just promoted you about a month ago? You're antagonizing the person.
But that's the
What is
game.
happening?
That's the game. The game is the game. That's just the game is the game. That's it. The game is the game. The truth about the matter is that if I do something, if I'm promoting somebody or if I'm talking about somebody, I'm not doing it because I'm expecting anything from you. I'm not expecting loyalty from
Yeah,
anybody. Because there's nothing, you don't need to be loyal to me for anything. Right? Do you. As long as I know that behind the scenes, there's no bad blood. You're just doing it. It's content.
yeah,
Like I said, it's content. So as long as you're doing it just for content, it's fine. But where is the problem is if you're doing it and deep down, there's a bad blood.
yeah.
You feel there's something malicious about you. You're having a malicious intent for me. But when I know that behind the scenes there's nothing, it's just you trying to create content. Fine and good, do it. Do you?
All right. Now we can actually skip this. How have you also been able to manage? Will I call it haters? Will I call it bad commenters? Will I call it bullies? These guys on online. How have you been able to build a tougher skin? Because now, right now, I can actually say that your skin is tougher because your videos are in millions of views, your comments are in millions of comments, millions of shares. You know, there is it's really global. When you started earlier, when you started seeing all these, because you made a video one day about like the internet need to be safe, that the comments sometimes are heavily toxic and all that. So have you been able to build this skin over the years? Like your skin now is a bit stronger. When you see comments, you don't really feel fidgeted. You don't feel, ah man, see this guy, you can bad talk with this, you know. And then and a lot of persons insult you, insult even your parents, insult your direct families, insult everybody around you. So how do you manage this emotionally?
I embrace it. That's the truth. I love it. That's the truth. I love it. I, I've come to understand how social media works. Social media, I don't want to sound wrong, but social media, encourages negative energy.
Yeah.
So I love it. Whenever I post a video and I go to my comment section and I see people insulting me, I love it. I'm telling you, it makes me, I don't know, for some reason, I just feel like, yes, this shows that I'm hitting the nerve. So you are not, it's just, there are mere words on the screen. For me, there are mere words on the screen. It doesn't affect me in any way. I just see it as a way to, people are frustrated, people are angry. So if you want to let off steam, why which other place will be best to let off steam? Let it off on my page. Whenever you drop a comment, at least that's one more comment added to the video. The more the comments, the more the
Yeah.
video goes viral. So most times people are doing it because they want to pull you down, but they don't know that they are doing it, they are pushing you higher. And I've come to understand that negative comments help to if you look at my videos, go and look at my video, you see most of the videos that hit millions of views are the ones that have more negative comments in the comment section.
Mm.
So I embrace it. I enjoy it. But not everybody can do that, because I've seen a lot of people break
Man,
down. I've seen a lot of people break down on the internet, for because of comments that people made. People are different. People are
yeah.
different. And I made an example some time ago in one of my videos. I said, um, because of the kind of environment where I grew and the kind of friends I had growing up, yapping is a normal thing. Like, we insult ourselves for fun. We yab ourselves for fun. And I went to a uni where, like I always use as an example, Madonna is a place where all of us are in a hostel. Boys are with each other. We can't fight. We can't fight physically. So the only way we can fight is with our mouth. Because if you fight, they will expel you. So the only way we can fight is with our mouth. So knowing that fact, for you to make somebody angry or for you to hurt somebody, you need to know how to use your mouth. So it's normal. Insult is like bread and butter. So now I used to, I can take it when I see people insulting me. How much more somebody I don't even know that is just typing on his phone. So keypad warriors will be keypad warriors, and it's nice.
Mm. Yeah, this is I personally, trust me, I've learned a lot from this session. I must tell you, I've learned a whole lot. Now let's look at you today now, Kombo. Where you are today is enviable. You know, is very enviable. What sacrifices have you made to be this globally recognized Kombo we know today? What are this level of sacrifices? Perhaps along the line, things you have to push aside, things you have to let go, things you have to, because as you are growing, there are going to be a lot of distraction that you're like, this one for better, man, go here. Oh. This might be better, or should I stay here? What sacrifices have you made?
Yeah. I think me being who I am, I'm somebody that I am not really extroverted like that, right? A lot of people might see me and think that I'm this person that like to go out. I'm not really extroverted like that. I'm not interested in what is happening outside. Do you understand? So this this world of content creation has it's something that I think it comes natural because the fact that I'm not extroverted, I'm not somebody that is always clamoring to go out. I'm not clamoring. I'm not always clamoring to be outside. It helps. It has helped me to, be able to do more. Now, in terms of sacrifice, I would say um, there are certain things that I used to do before that I cannot do now anymore. Like I used to have time where I used to have conversations with my friends. We used to just talk for the sake of talking. I miss that, but I know that I cannot have that luxury to do that anymore. Right? In terms of family, I don't have much time spending with family anymore. You understand? Family generally, I don't have much time spending with them. I cannot, I don't have as much time as I used to have before. So, and everybody understands that it's because of the nature of my work and the nature of what I do. I'm always very, very busy. I'm always busy doing one thing or the other. So, these are just basic sacrifices. But in life, if you want to achieve something great, you have to
It
let go of
makes,
certain things, right? If you
yeah.
want to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve, you must let go of certain things. Um, before I started this, there are some certain lifestyle that I let go of that I believe that has also helped me and also helped me to mold this person you are seeing now, right? Um, I'm not really an alcoholic. I'm not really a smoker. I'm not really. So these are distractions: alcoholism, smoking, humanizing. These are distractions
Yeah.
that on a normal day, because of these distractions, you might not achieve certain goals. So, based on the fact that before now or before I started content creation, I've dropped some of these bad habits that I used to have before. It has also helped me, to be more focused on what my goals and trying to achieve those goals. So basically, if you want to achieve great things, you have to make sacrifices. It's as simple as that.
Man, this is really fantastic. Now let's also look at it at your earlier stage, like 2 3 months into the game. I know that you lost your account. So
Ah,
how did you manage that moment? Because I can actually imagine. I can only imagine how dramatic and traumatic that could really be. So how were you able to skate through that that
I
hard
felt
period?
I won't lie. Okay, so when I started with my previous account where I grew up to about 60 something thousand followers. And one morning I woke up. In the morning, I just woke up, opened my phone, let me go and check comment section and all that.
Yeah.
And I just saw the notification that your account has been banned permanently.
Ooh.
And I'm like, what did I do? What did I do? So I felt the biggest hole because at that point in time, I've started seeing gradual results. You understand? I've started seeing
Yeah.
gradual results in what I was doing. And all of a sudden, all my hard work just evaporated like that. It made me feel so bad. But the good thing about me, or the good thing about life generally, is when you are being dished with disappointment, you know that this is not the first time you are facing disappointment. Growing up, I've faced a lot of disappointments in different spheres, right? I've lost money. So, one thing, the biggest thing that for a man to lose is money. So if you
Exactly,
can
man.
lose money and you are still surviving, how much more just an ordinary social media account? So what happened was that the next day or that same day when I discovered I lost my account, I created a new account, which is this account I'm using now. Created a new account and shot a video, very very emotional video. I was even crying. I was almost tearing up in that video, and I spoke my mind, and I said I'm not happy that I lost this account. And to my greatest surprise, what even gave me the encouragement was the day I created this account, that day I gained 10,000 followers back.
Wow.
So that was like a sign that yes,
bigger things
Yes.
ahead.
Do you understand? That was for me. That was the sign that yes, you have done something right. For 10,000 people who were in your previous account to come back and look for you immediately, and everybody was like, ah, Kombo, we define your account to no see am. Oh, you don't create new one, okay, then ban am, no problem. We'll go there, we'll there for you, we'll go push you. At 60,000, that was mind blowing. For me, that was everything. That was just my indicator that yes, I think this is the place to be. So that creating a new account and coming back with that force gave me the encouragement. Had it been maybe I created a new account and I was still struggling to get back followers, maybe I would have maybe I would have lost, you know, I would have lost the ginger to continue going. But the fact that people came back immediately, I created a new account. That gave me that extra motivation to keep on pushing. So I'm grateful to God that I lost that account. Looking at it, looking back now, I'm thankful that I lost that account because losing that account made me to start thinking. Because before now, I was only on TikTok. Before then, I was only on TikTok. But after I lost that account, I said, okay, since on TikTok, you see your account easily get banned. You need to diversify. You need to move to other platforms. You need to create other platforms that will enable you to, in case you lose an account, you can be able to find your feet back again. You don't need to start growing from the scratch again. So it made me to now start looking at Facebook, Instagram, Telegram, and Twitter, other platforms. So that losing
Yeah,
that account opened my eyes, to pushing harder.
that's nice. Now let's also ask: was it the Ronaldo fans that were responsible for this bar of your account?
Yes, actually, yes. Yes, actually. You know, when I started, I was very, very hard on Ronaldo. I was very hard. Like I was so passionate about bantering Ronaldo. When I started, I was so passionate about bantering Ronaldo that I was so hard. I was saying so many annoying things, right? I was bringing out facts that they are so annoying. So no, every day they are reporting my videos. Every day my videos are being reported. Every day my page is being reported. So they kept on reporting and reporting and reporting. And TikTok was like, they will be this guy waiting. They report. For people to be reporting this guy like this, he must be doing something wrong. So that was how I lost that. That was how I lost that account.
Okay,
But
if you say okay, go ahead, man.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, if you say Ronaldo fans were responsible for buying of your account, I know there was also a time CR7 daughter lost her account. So was it Barca fans that made that lost her account?
It's possible. it's, it's very possible. See, the way TikTok works is it's not just people reporting, Sha. You have to do things that violates their community
Yeah.
guidelines, right? So if you do something that violates their community guidelines and people are also reporting, it's a two-way
Yeah.
street.
Yeah.
So you are violating community guidelines and people are also reporting you. So those two things combined together will lead to a permanent ban.
Hmm.
Yes. But if it's that you are just violating, if you're just violating their guidelines alone and you're not getting reported, what will happen is that they will give you a warning. But if you are violating and they are reporting at the same time simultaneously, and they have taken down one video, they've taken down two videos, the third one is done. So that's how it was. So basically, what happened to Sarah Sam daughter is maybe the same scenario. She was making Barcelona fans and Messi fans angry. They were reporting, and she was also violating. So the two, hand in hand, pam. So that's it. So you have to, as a creator, you have to be careful not to
Yeah.
violate. If you know that you are someone that is very controversial, I had to go and even this account I'm using now, I lost it. There was a time I lost this account at I think
Really?
about 150,000. I lost this account, right? But I got it back after appealing. I got it back. It was not a permanent ban. So as a creator, you have to be very careful. You have to make sure that you read the guidelines. You understand that okay, these are the guidelines. Don't need to break those guidelines. Even on Facebook, it's saying to you, don't need to break those guidelines. You have to make sure that your videos are authentic, they are natural. You're not bringing copyrighted information into your videos and things like that. So as long as you can avoid breaking their guidelines, you are good to go. No matter if they like me, they report from nothing tomorrow.
Yeah.
Nothing will happen to their account.
I know that Ronaldo fans are not going to forgive me if I do not ask you this question. Why always Ronaldo? Why is everything Ronaldo, Ronaldo, comparison Ronaldo? Because you said that Ronaldo is not among the top five, right, in the world. Okay,
No, no,
it's fine.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Okay, well,
I said he's
you
among
said
top.
so.
I said he's top three. He's not among top three, but he's amongst
Okay,
top five.
okay, it's not among top three.
Yes.
Can you be comparing Lionel Messi with top two or top three and leave Ronaldo alone?
They didn't play the same. They didn't play.
Ronaldo.
They
What
didn't,
did he do to you?
but
What has Ronaldo done?
I think you guys are wrong. You guys are very, very wrong. Anybody that says that I'm always antagonizing Ronaldo, I think the person is
No.
wrong because I've seen that comment a lot, right?
Yeah.
And sincerely, I don't really blame people that make that comment because if you go to my page, if you go and scroll through my page, some days I make 10 videos, 15 videos, and inside those 10, 15 videos, most times I don't even talk about Ronaldo. The last time I
Yeah.
spoke about Ronaldo was 2 days ago. And you see people, if Kombo don't talk about Ronaldo, Kombo don't go chop. But I've been talking about other things since. Why you don't notice all that things when I talk? Why not the one when I talk about Ronaldo that I didn't notice? So what I understand is people notice when I talk about Ronaldo more than other of my content. Right? People, and it's not people generally. The Ronaldo fans, that is when they are here we stand. This is where
Yeah.
Kombo don't talk about Ronaldo. We didn't want to talk more, go attack him. So basically, I love Ronaldo. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Ronaldo, right? Yes, I might not be a fan of him in terms of his footballing, but I'm a fan of him like his personality. I like
Yeah.
Ronaldo.
Hard work. Yeah.
Yeah,
Basically, I feel
I like
people.
Ronaldo a lot. Like I said, any day I
Yeah.
see Ronaldo, any day by God's grace, by mistake, by chance, I see Ronaldo. I'll tear shirt. I must tear my shirt. He must.
Because people who love hard work should love Ronaldo.
Yeah. He's a,
That's one of the reason I love Ronaldo. Because basically, I love people who work hard. Anybody in life that genuinely work hard and is proud of his hard work, man, I will love you. I love Ronaldo, man. Ah, Ronaldo is my goat, so I don't know.
you chose the wrong goat, but no problem. It's fine.
Wrong one. All right, no problem. Okay, now let's also look. Right now, you are a professional big sport analyst. Millions of persons listen to you. Millions of persons take your advice. Millions of persons agree with what you say. What league right now do you feel is currently the best and biggest league in the world?
Um, Sincerely, I will not lie. First of all, that tag of sports analyst,
Mm.
that tag of sports analyst, I don't like to attach it to my name, right? And this is right. This is why. Sports analysts, you are boxed. You are boxed. You are put into a box. So I
Okay.
sincerely don't like that tag of sports analyst because a sports analyst, you are not supposed to support a team. There are so many rules. They have created so many rules for sports analysts. So I don't follow the rules. I'm not a rule guy. So yes, I'm a sports creator. I talk about football a lot, right? My opinions might be wrong, my opinions might be right. It doesn't mean that I'm wrong or you are right. We have to create a
Yeah.
balance. So basically, if you ask me for the question you asked, if I'm going to give an answer, the most exciting football league in the world, exciting and entertaining, is the Premier League. When it comes to excitement, entertainment, um, value for money, like in terms of quality of what you are watching, Premier League, right? But
Yeah.
if I'm gonna be very sincere with you, the toughest league, the toughest, the
Yeah.
hardest league in the world is the Spanish La Liga.
What is your yardstick? How did you arrive at this?
The two greatest clubs in the world, the two greatest clubs in the world, number one and number two, plays in the Spanish La Liga. So every team in the Spanish La Liga is fighting against the two greatest clubs in the world.
Hmm.
And I understand a lot of people come out and say La Liga is just Barcelona and Real Madrid. They are the two greatest clubs in the world. So what are you expecting? Are you expecting Celta Vigo to come and win the league? See, if Barcelona is not winning the league, Real Madrid is winning the league. And sometimes Atletico Madrid have tried to put themselves in the mix. But you have to understand that there's a very big competition between these two teams. So any season that Real Madrid is not doing well, Barcelona will try as much as possible to do better. It's not as if other teams are not trying to measure up, but you are competing against the two biggest teams in the world. And in a league where you have the two biggest teams in the world, it just has to be that way. Right? It has to be these two teams. But when you look at remove Barcelona and Real Madrid, look at the other teams in La Liga and look at how they perform in Europe, especially in Europa League. You see, look at it. You see how dominant La Liga teams are in the Europa League. The team that has won the most Europa League in the history of football is a La Liga team, Sevilla, right? Look at it. Go and look at the charts. Look at the head-to-head between La Liga teams and EPL teams. You can clearly see that there is this dominance from Spain over English teams. But yes, in terms of entertainment, in terms of competitions among themselves, right? There are more teams in the Premier League that can push each other, right? But in terms of which league is very tough to win, it is very, very tough to overthrow Barcelona and Real Madrid. It's very tough. Even if you go and bring a team from the Premier League and bring it into La Liga, right? They will still find it difficult to overthrow Real Madrid and Barcelona. It's not going to be easy peasy.
Okay, now let me jump in. If you the same year, if you say a team is tough because two clubs are dominating it, I don't think that's very correct. That means if it's only Real Madrid right now that's there, so you could also say they are tough because one giant club is there. Nobody
No,
can
no,
win the
no.
league. I think it becomes tough when there are more persons competing. Because if only two persons are competing, what is tough there? No, no, we're winning now. So I sit back and relax.
When you
But
say
if one tries to
competing,
win,
this is the same story in the Premier League. This what is happening in La Liga is the same story with the Premier League.
but I think starting in PA that we could say that top six teams are competing, top five are competing,
That
top
is
four
what
are
you will
competing.
say. You are saying
Yeah.
it. You saying it is not the reality. you saying it is not the reality because at the end of the season, it will most likely be Manchester City or maybe Liverpool. You and I
Arsenal,
know that
Chelsea.
Arsenal will not win it.
This season, but
You
you
no
said
no. You and I
Arsenal
know
is
that
ready.
you and I know that Arsenal has a 10% chance of winning. I'm backing them to win it too. I'm backing Arsenal to win it. But you and I know
But
that that backing of Arsenal is a wasted backing. I will not put
no,
my millions on Arsenal's head.
but with the team they have now, with how they have played over the years,
This is what we have been saying.
I
Let
feel
it
they are
happen.
favoring.
When it happens, we can say, well done, Arsenal. But for now, I think in the past 7 years, it's been two teams competing in the Premier League. In the
Arsenal one
past,
team, Arsenal one team, Arsenal one team. That's what I can
wait,
say.
see, in
Arsenal,
the
Man
past
City,
7 years,
Arsenal, Liverpool.
in the past 7 years in La Liga, three teams have won La Liga. In the past 7 years in the Premier League, only two teams have won it. In fact, one team has won it 6 times out of the last 7. One team has
Mhm.
won 6 out of the last 7. So it's practically almost the same thing. It's just the only thing is that in the Premier League, there are different eras. So Manchester United had an era where they were dominating. They lost that dominance and they are no longer there. But in La Liga, Real Madrid and Barcelona have always maintained their standard. They have always maintained that top standard. Real Madrid and Barcelona do not drop their standard for anybody. So the fact that they continue to maintain their standard makes it difficult for that team to spring up. In the Premier League, Manchester United dropped their standard when Sir Alex Ferguson left. They dropped their standard. There have been a time whereby Man U were dominating the same way Real Madrid and Barcelona are dominating La Liga. There was a time Manchester United, every season, we know that who is going to win the league? Man U. Once Alex Ferguson was there, ask any fan who will win the Premier League? Manchester United. Or they will tell you Chelsea. So
Okay.
basically, it has always been, like that. It's just that Barcelona and Real Madrid don't drop their standards. They don't. They try to maintain a
Okay.
high standard.
Now let me chip in. This is your standard dropping. Is it due to the uneven sharing of their funds? Because other clubs seems not to have the resources to even build and compete.
But right now, Barcelona does not have money.
But at
Bas-
Barcelona, they can buy on credit. The name Barca can give you players on credit. That's the truth. Will Zaragoza go and buy players on
yes,
credit?
I agree with you. If in terms of finances, the
Yeah,
Premier League has a larger pool of finances that can help other clubs to spring forth. But that does not still. If let's look at it. If La Liga had the same money that was available in the Premier League, that means that Barcelona and Real Madrid will still be able to sign players with high in the Premier League now, right? How many clubs
yeah.
are spending hundreds of millions? There are very few. It's still the same crop of clubs that are spending hundreds of millions. It's still the same crop. Arsenal has been spending hundreds of millions for years and they've not won the Premier League. Manchester United have been spending hundreds of millions for years, and since Alex Ferguson left, they've not won the
Wrong
Premier League.
spending. Wrong
Tottenham,
spending.
Tottenham
We
has
are,
been spending
we are
hundreds of
spending
millions.
right now.
How many Premier League titles have they won? You do understand? So when you look at it, it's the same thing. They have still been
Yeah.
spending and they've not still been winning. So it's not necessarily about money. It's
Yeah.
just standard, right? The standard of Barcelona and Real Madrid is going to be difficult for them to drop that standard for any reason because these clubs are like the ownership of Barcelona and Real Madrid is not the one that today is Glazers that's owning. Tomorrow is another owner. There's a structure, and that structure has been there for years. And before that structure can be destroyed, it will take time. Any president that
That's
is not doing well, they purchase the president away and bring in a new president. So you can see that they try to maintain a certain standard. But if you say the Premier League is the toughest league in the world, you are not wrong, right? It's subjective. It's very, very subjective. Toughness is subjective. What might be tough to me might not be tough to you. But personally, I feel like exciting. If you tell me most exciting league to watch, I'd rather spend my time watching the Premier League than watching La Liga. And that's for a fact. I'm not watching La Liga I'm not watching Premier League because it's tough. I'm watching Premier League because it's exciting. It's entertaining.
okay. I know it's very difficult not to describe you as a sport analyst. You still got the guidelines and the rest. You can't be a fan and all that. You be a sport analyst. But I know that the pundits, they're also sport analysts, and 90% of the pundits belong to their favorite clubs and all that. Now, it's difficult. I cannot pull out your name from a sport analyst. Everyone knows you're a sport
No,
analyst. So
it's
you
fine.
can,
It's fine. But
Mhm.
personally, I don't box myself into
Yeah,
sports analyst, so that
yeah,
I
I
try I
understand.
try as much as possible not to put myself in that box of sports analyst, because there's a certain way you are when you say you are a sports analyst. There's something that people are expecting one gentleman that will speak gently and say what people will like. I don't do that. I'm here to create and make my and
Kombo,
say it the way it is.
Kombo, you are just being very humble, and that's who you've been doing for years anyway. You've been this very humble person. So that's it. You
Thank you,
are
thank you.
you are, you
I
are a
appreciate.
global sport analyst. Now let me ask you. Now players do come up, and these players have huge potential, very good potential. Now sometimes they don't live up to this their potential. Who is to be blamed? The coach, the club, the manager, the board. Who is to be blamed when a
Okay,
player
so
who has
so
potential doesn't live up to it?
personally, I've always said it. The most important signing that a club will make is the coach. Coach is the most important signing for any club. If for example, top clubs, there is no top club that goes to the market and look for bad players to sign. Before a top club will go to the market to look to sign a player, They are signing that player because they've seen potential and they've seen that this player can do well. Now, the player doing well is 70% dependent on the manager that is in the club at that point in time that player came in. 70%. 30% is now the player working hard to ensure that he can develop his skills. But in today's world, we've seen that coaching is very, very vital. Let me give you just few examples.
Yeah.
Ousmane Dembele at Barcelona was not a superstar. He was not wonderful, right? He was okay, but he was not wonderful. Ousmane Dembele now in Paris Saint-Germain is now top contender for the Ballon d'Or. Rafinha under Xavi Hernandez was a player that Barcelona fans were insulting and saying, sell him, sell him. Hansi Flick came. Rafinha became a candidate for the Ballon d'Or. Vini Jr., before Ancelotti came, was a nobody. Ancelotti came to Real Madrid. Vini Jr. became one of the best players in the world. So you can clearly see that players that have good potential, high potential, are the players that top clubs always sign. But now, the problem is, most times, a coach will come in and play a player out of position, or a coach will come in and not use the player to his full potential, or the training style of the coach might not suit the player, and that might affect the player's development. So a lot of factors. But personally, if a player is not playing well, or if players, not one player, let me not, if not one player in a club, if in a club a team is playing a team is playing and you cannot point out 10 players or 9 players in the club that is doing well, the coach is a bad coach.
Now, let me come in. Let me also ask this. Sometimes I feel that potentials are mismatched. Now, what do I mean? A player who has potential, his potential that he have might be a potential for Zaragoza. And Barcelona is signing such a potential for Barcelona. Now, let's take an instance. We've seen small clubs have very good players, play very well. But when big clubs sign such potential, they flop. So a
Yes.
player might have potential, but such potential is not a potential for big club. It's a
But
potential for that.
but have you noticed that any club where the manager is good, it always looks like all the players are doing well.
Yeah, I agree. I
Any
agree
club where the
because
manager is good, it always now
yes,
right now, everybody is hailing Barcelona players. Oh,
yeah.
Pedri, this, that. Why? Because Hansi Flick is managing them properly. And that is how for me, that's how I see it. If the team is not performing up to standard, and the team being the players involved, the players in the team, you today you are insulting Rashford, tomorrow you are insulting Lingard, next tomorrow you are insulting Greenwood, next tomorrow you say Foba no good, next tomorrow you say Bruno Fernandes knows how to play ball. Next every day is one player or the other that you are insulting. Then you look who is managing all these players, who is managing them. That is the person you are supposed to be pointing fingers at, right? So personally, I feel 70% the coach, 30% the players, because players must work hard. You cannot go and
Yeah.
be partying and be chilling. Then you cannot come to a match and you want to come and play. It doesn't work that way.
That's nice, man. Your time with us has been fantastic, but we won't let you go without asking you these two questions. All right. Now, our final question before you go. Though we have two, but I'll let go of the one because of your time. Your best all-time 11.
Wow. Greatest 11 of all time for me.
First,
Okay,
which formation will you play? Four three
so
three,
I'll
four
be
four three
using
three.
I think I'll use 4-2-3-1.
Okay, 4-2-3-1.
Yes.
Goalkeeper?
So in goalkeeping is going to be Manuel Neuer. Manuel Neuer for me is the greatest goalkeeper of all time. His
Really?
achievement is
Is
yes,
is he
his achievement is
is
unrivaled.
ahead of Casillas?
Yes, for me, He has won everything. He won the World Cup, won Champions League multiple times, and his
Yeah.
longevity, right? He has been long in the game, even till now. He's still there, and apart from that, he has been, a very great leader, both for the German national team and for the Bayern Munich team. So Manuel Neuer, his impact in the game is just too much. He redefined goalkeeping. He was the one who made sweeper goalkeepers popular. Manuel will come out from the goalkeeping position and win the ball and start to try to dribble players and things like that. So Manuel is special. He's a goalkeeper that is very, very special, right? So Manuel for me, my best goalkeeper of all time. Um,
Your
right
two.
back, right
Yeah.
back. Right back will have to be. This one is tough. This one
Roberto
is
Carlos. Oh, Roberto
no
Carlos is
right
left.
back, right back, right back for me will be.
Mm.
I'll say Marcelo. I'll put him there. I'll put Marcelo there for me. I think Marcelo, what he achieved with Real Madrid, as a footballer, is incredible, and the way he played as a right back. Marcelo did not play right back. Marcelo played left back.
He's left.
Marcelo played left back, but I wouldn't. Will I fix there? Okay, Dani Alves. Dani
Mm.
Alves. Dani Alves for me in right back, Marcelo for me in left back. I think those two Brazilians, the way they played, in those positions were brilliant. So Dani Alves, Marcelo in the fullback positions. Um, they didn't know. There's no much talk to it. I think they were just brilliant. Like I can't think of any fullbacks that redefined the game like them. So for me, Marcelo and Dani Alves. Then in the center back positions, basically, I know that when they say greatest 11 of all time, people are going to go back as far back as Pele, Mara. I didn't watch them, so I'm
Yeah.
saying players. I'm calling players
You
that I
watch.
watched and I witnessed. Right, I didn't watch Pele, Maradona, and the like, so I can't judge how they played. I don't judge footballers based on highlights. So Marcelo and Dani Alves. Then in the central defensive positions, Sergio Ramos has to be there, 100%. I can't create a team without Sergio Ramos. And for me, I think he's the greatest defender of all time. For me, based on as a defender, he redefined the game as a defender. He was one defender that watching him as a rival, I wish I had him in my team. So Sergio Ramos. Then Vidic of Manchester United. That guy was just. Nemanja Vidic was incredible. Nemanja Vidic was a defender's defender. Nemanja Vidic is a defender that you wish, as a defender, you wish that you have him by your side. He goes for the tough tackles. He's always there making sure that if you don't go, me, I go. Vidic is ready to put his nose on the line. He's ready to break his hand just to make sure that he defends. So incredible career he had for Manchester United, Vidic. So Vidic, Ramos in centre back positions. In the midfield three is going to be very, very simple. I think this is going to be the greatest midfield three of all time, which is, Sergio Busquets, Xavi, and Iniesta. I can't think of any other midfield. What those guys did, it's not because I'm a Barcelona fan, whether I'm a Barcelona fan or not, right? What they did, they redefined the midfield game. Those three together. If I'm not going to put the three of them together, I'd rather not play them at all. But if I'm going to put Xavi, that means Busquets and Iniesta must be there. So what they did together, the only is unrivaled. They were just too good, and sometimes they were unplayable in their prime. So for me, they are the three midfielders in the world. Then in attack, definitely Lionel Messi, will be there as my right winger. Mm, left winger, I'll put Cristiano Ronaldo there. I think as a footballer, he's one of the greatest footballers ever. And although he's not top three when it comes to the greatest of all time, he's not top three, but for what he did in the football, number of goals he scored, and he's still scoring, and his style of play and what he has achieved as a footballer, he has to be there. Then in my number 9 position, I think the greatest number 9 of all time, Delima Ronaldo. He played number 9 for me. So basically, that's my team, my all-time team.
Man, that's fantastic. That's really nice. But Delima Ronaldo did not really play ball for a very long time. At 28, he has retired and stopped playing
Yeah,
football.
but for the short
But
but for
to,
the short time he played, for that short
to
time that
me,
he played,
I know. But to me, I just feel a lot is sometimes the way I to me, I'm not very convinced. That's the truth. He plays for who
no, no, no.
short time exactly.
Delima Ronaldo was
I know he
incredible, man.
was good, but
He was incredible.
his statistics do not really speak volume. I'm not sure he even scored
That
up
that
to
that's because
100 goals.
he did not play.
He had a successful team. That was it. I
Yes,
didn't really. He's good, super talented, but
yes.
rating him above Cristiano Ronaldo sometimes to me is appalling.
No,
It's as
no,
simple
nobody
as
can rate
that.
him. Nobody can rate him above Cristiano Ronaldo. Nobody.
No,
Anybody that does
most
that
time
is mad.
I see people will say the real Ronaldo is
No,
your
no,
delivery.
no. That one is just banter. That one is just banter. Nobody
He
can
played
rate him
football
above Cristiano Ronaldo. That one is
28.
just
He had
banter.
injury play career and he has retired. And yes, he won the World Cup. We know he won this. Kaka won the World Cup anyway. Yes, he was very good, skillful, but his statistics are not very, very admirable. That's the truth.
As a
His
number
numbers
9,
are not admirable.
as a number 9, if you watch Delima Ronaldo, you enjoy
I watched him. Was
you
it
enjoy you enjoy you
2002
enjoy the
World Cup
essence
Brazil
you enjoy the
Germany? I
essence
watched it.
of a number 9 that could dribble.
Dribble, yes.
A number
Brazilians
9
are
that could
known
dribble.
for front.
And you know why Delima Ronaldo for me. I could have mentioned another striker, but they are different. They are different strikers that no, they are, I've not seen another striker like Delima Ronaldo.
Yes. No, it's good,
But
but
when
you
we talk
know,
about if you talk about somebody like Zlatan Ibrahimovic, or you talk about somebody like Zlatan Ibrahimovic, if you talk about somebody like Zlatan Ibrahimovic, people can call Haaland, people can call Lukaku, people can they are
yeah, I
strikers that
understand.
score goals.
No. He deserves
Any
to
good
be there.
striker can score goals. But playing like
He
Delima
deserves to be
Ronaldo,
there. Yeah, I know. He deserves to be there. He dribbles very well. But dribbling is a Brazilian thing. Brazilians are very skillful anyway. That's it. Man, Kombo, we'll let you go now, man. We appreciate you. We appreciate the time, everything, listening to our call and all that. Small me having a global combo on my show today. That's a big one
don't
for me.
worry, don't worry. You
You
will,
know, it's a big one for me.
you are doing well. I really thoroughly enjoyed, this session with you. And I think, this wonderful, very, very wonderful initiative. Most people want to interview people and they'll say, oh, because I don't have a studio, I don't have a studio set up, I don't have a perfect studio where I can invite people to come in. But, you didn't allow that to hold you back. You're doing your thing, you're interviewing people from wherever they are in the world. And this is a wonderful initiative. And I think this is the next level when it comes to podcasting. This is going to be the next level. So well done. I'm really honored to
Thanks,
be
man.
one of your guests.
Thanks a lot. The honor is mine, man. Thank you so much, Combo.